A man accidentally sprayed a mysterious liquid onto his wife's face. To his shock, the woman suddenly became 10,000 times smaller in just a moment. Terrified, the husband immediately took a microscope and examined her. He discovered that his wife was completely safe, which gave him some relief. Actually, he had previously experimented with this shrinking technology only on plants, but he had never been successful. Now, everything around his wife had become 10,000 times larger. The frightened woman started running around in panic. While running, she accidentally collided with the leg of a table and fainted. When she regained consciousness, she found that her husband had locked her inside their daughter's toy house because he was afraid of losing her. Seeing this, the woman became angry and anxious. She desperately tried to break through the walls with all her strength. She thought she had finally escaped, but suddenly, a giant fly started flying rapidly toward her. Terrified, she tightly grabbed the table so she wouldn't fall from the height. She was trying to climb up by holding onto a pipe when suddenly, the screws supporting it broke loose. Fortunately, the metal structure did not completely collapse, and her life was saved. But before she could even breathe a sigh of relief, a robotic vacuum cleaner started moving toward her. At her tiny size, if she fell onto the floor, the machine could easily crush her. At this critical moment, her husband arrived just in time and switched off the machine's power. Once again, she narrowly escaped a terrible accident. After that day, the woman completely lost her confidence and wanted her husband to stay with her all the time. Her husband had already prepared for this. He made delicious food for her and even built a tiny dressing room according to her preferences. To help her overcome her fear, he constantly encouraged her to accept her new life. Slowly, the woman became accustomed to her new situation. She started riding around the house in a toy car and gradually became happy again. Her relationship with her husband also became as loving as it had been before. But the most important task was to create a medicine that could restore her to her normal size. When her husband was about to go to the laboratory, his wife became afraid of staying home alone and insisted on going with him. Eventually, he took her along. After many failed experiments, one day he finally succeeded in creating a medicine that could restore her to her original size. However, when he happily went to tell his wife the news, he discovered that she had been captured by his boss. In panic, the wife bit the boss and managed to escape. But the boss knocked the medicine out of her husband's hand. It fell to the ground and he kicked it into the depths of the elevator shaft. The boss was an extremely greedy man. He had invested a huge amount of money in this technology, but its stability had still not been proven. If the woman returned to her normal size, all of his investment would become worthless. Meanwhile, the woman was trapped inside the elevator, feeling completely helpless. Now, she was the only one small enough to enter the narrow spaces and retrieve the medicine. Gathering her courage, she decided to go down and get it. Just then, her husband returned. He didn't want his wife to face the danger alone, so he shrank himself as well. The two of them then worked together and successfully recovered the medicine. Finally, with the help of their daughter, both of them returned to their normal size. After that, the three of them began living a happy and peaceful life together once again.